Extreme isolation mixed with intense luxury exists inside the borders of the United States. Today, we are looking at the 10 most exclusive private island communities in the country. These neighborhoods do not appear on standard tourist maps. Most require a specific boat, a helicopter, or a highly guarded bridge code just to get near the property line. We will move from high-end family communities right up to heavily militarized islands where the wealthiest people on Earth park their super yachts. You will see exactly how much money it takes to buy true privacy in 2026. Number 10 is Tortoise Island, located on Florida's Space Coast. Most luxury neighborhoods just put up a metal gate, but the developers here took security a step further by building a guarded drawbridge. The only way to drive onto this island is if the security team lowers the road for you. Once inside, the environment shifts completely. Large properties line the canals, giving every homeowner a private dock for their boats. Residents can access the Atlantic Ocean directly from their backyards, which means weekend trips to the Bahamas are entirely routine. This creates a highly insulated family environment. The community countered any feelings of restriction by building an extensive internal clubhouse and private tennis courts to keep everyone entertained. If you want true isolation without leaving Central Florida, this is a top choice. Our 9th entry takes us down to the Florida Keys. Shark Key offers a completely different approach to luxury than the mainland. Instead of packing houses tightly together, the planners designed expansive plots of land to maximize distance between neighbors. Every property features a generous setback from the street, and this forces the homes right up against the open water. Homeowners wake up to clear views of the Gulf of Mexico right outside their bedroom windows. You cannot just wander onto the grounds because a strict security team controls the only entrance point. Planners even built an inland swimming lagoon specifically so residents could avoid public beaches entirely. This guarantees nobody will bother you while you swim. Strict privacy rules make this specific island a primary choice for people who want to disappear completely. Moving up to number 8 brings us to South Carolina. Daniel Island itself spans 4,000 acres, but the real exclusivity hides inside a specific neighborhood called Daniel Island Park. Creators designed this enclave specifically around a sprawling private golf club. Most gated communities focus purely on security, and that often makes them feel sterile. Architects here solved that problem by integrating grand ancient oak trees and walking trails right into the neighborhood layout. This created a traditional southern atmosphere that happens to be completely sealed off from the public. Members pay heavy fees for access to deep water docks and private dining rooms. The result is a slow-paced environment where significant wealth stays completely hidden behind a curtain of heavy trees and manicured lawns. If the Florida islands felt too exposed, this South Carolina retreat offers total camouflage. At number 7, we return to Florida for Lansing Island. This 170-acre property sits hidden in Brevard County. Just like Tortoise Island, getting inside requires passing over a controlled drawbridge. Security stays tight constantly, only lowering the road for verified residents and their approved guests. Once the bridge drops, it reveals substantial estates that rarely measure under 6,000 square feet. Builders made sure every single home sits directly on the water. This architectural choice allowed owners to dock large-scale luxury yachts right behind their kitchens. Because the entire property remains so visually hidden from the main highways, thousands of locals drive past the area every day without knowing it exists. Intense secrecy keeps property values consistently high, and it prevents any casual onlookers from ever getting close to the front doors. Number 6 takes us back down south to Sunset Key. This tiny piece of land sits just off the coast of Key West, but it operates under a completely different set of rules. You cannot bring a car here. Local administrators ban standard vehicles completely, which means everyone travels by golf cart, bicycle, or simply walks. To reach the mainland, residents must rely on a quick private boat shuttle that runs around the clock. This entire landmass covers only 27 acres. That severe space restriction forced builders to limit the number of homes drastically. Properties almost never hit the open market. When a family finally decides to sell, the price tag reflects the extreme scarcity of the land. These strict vehicle rules keep the air entirely clean and ensure the neighborhood stays perfectly silent all day long. For number 5, we head to the west coast to look at Linda Isle in Newport Beach, California. Planners physically dug out the harbor to create a specific horseshoe shape for this community. They engineered the land this way so every single property would sit directly on the waterfront. There are exactly 107 homes here, and the community capped the number permanently. Every single house includes a private boat dock. A dedicated security team guards the single entrance point 24 hours a day, making it one of the most heavily protected neighborhoods in Southern Southern California. The severe lack of inventory combined with the aggressive security detail drives housing prices up every single year. Buyers are not just purchasing a house here, they are securing a guaranteed spot in a heavily fortified horseshoe of concentrated wealth. Our fourth entry shifts focus to Figure 8 Island in North Carolina. This destination completely rejected the standard luxury resort model. Local administrators banned all commercial businesses from the island entirely. You will not find a single hotel, grocery store, or restaurant anywhere on the property. Only pure beaches and roughly 400 private homes exist here. You can reach the sand only by crossing a privately owned bridge equipped with armed guards. This total absence of public businesses ensures zero tourist traffic ever enters the area. High-profile politicians and famous actors regularly purchase homes here specifically because photographers cannot legally cross the bridge. Residents trade the convenience of nearby shopping for an absolute guarantee that no uninvited stranger will walk past their front porch. Number 3 is the private residential sector of Kiawah Island in South Carolina. While part of the island contains a well-known public resort, the wealthiest residents live behind a secondary set of heavily fortified gates. This broad barrier island prioritized nature preservation over dense building. Designers intentionally hid oversized mansions behind thick maritime forests. This design choice provides intense privacy even from the immediate neighbors. Exclusive club members gain internal access to private beach clubs and highly restricted golf courses that regular resort guests cannot touch. Housing prices here rank among the highest in the nation. Buyers who purchase these homes want world-class amenities without the crowded resort atmosphere. They achieved this by simply buying the best parts of the island and putting up walls to keep everyone else out. Our runner-up at number 2 is Fisher Island in Miami. Members of the Vanderbilt family originally built this 216-acre island in the 1920s as a private winter getaway. Today, it consistently ranks as the richest zip code in the entire United States. You cannot drive to this neighborhood. Access requires a private ferry, a yacht, or a helicopter. Local leaders realized they needed to be self-sufficient, so they built their own private school, an internal grocery store, and an exclusive golf course directly on the island. A basic 3-bedroom apartment here starts at $5 million, and the larger standalone mansions regularly sell for over $40 million. This strict physical isolation combined with the private infrastructure means residents never actually have to leave the island unless they want to. Taking the number 1 spot is Indian Creek Island, widely known as the Billionaire Bunker. Located in Miami, this community features only 40 homes. Current property owners here rank as some of the wealthiest people on the planet. By early 2026, billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Tom Brady had completely transformed the neighborhood by purchasing multiple adjacent lots. Defense measures here rival a military base. Management employs a private, sworn police force specifically for the island. Armed guards patrol the waters surrounding the land in boats 24 hours a day, stopping anyone who drifts too close. That single land entrance features heavily armed checkpoints. Homeowners decided that standard gated security was not enough, so they simply bought an island and hired an army. It stands today as the peak of private, exclusive living in America. These 10 neighborhoods prove that concentrated wealth eventually buys complete physical separation from the rest of the world. From heavily guarded drawbridges in Central Florida to the militarized water patrols of Miami, these communities operate like their own tiny nations. They offer a rare level of silence and security that simply does not exist in standard public neighborhoods. Prices will only continue to climb as the available land shrinks. If you enjoyed this breakdown of America's most hidden real estate, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos about how the top 1% really lives.